Oh wow, that's a really old Ansonia. Look at the works. That lamp in the back is Fenton. That's a really old piece right there. God, this stuff is killer. Killer. Oh, I can't wait for this to start. What a gorgeous morning in the Wisconsin Northwoods. Man, just doesn't get better than this. So I'm on my way to a sale. I've never been with this auction company before, so I really don't know what to expect. But the pictures they had online, some gorgeous period lamps. You know, Gone with the Wind style lamps with, you know, all hand painted globes. Really cool looking. And really a good selection of antiques at this sale. I recommend you hang with me for a little bit and check this one out. Made it. So it looks like they pretty much pull everything from the house out into the yard. Let's jump in. 1940s. Veneer looks pretty good. Oh man, something blew up in that drawer. Got a matching bed, matching chest. That's pretty cool. It's got all 4 of the claws. Yeah. It's pretty neat. Cool washing machine. The 1900 washer. Patent date 1904, it says on there. Bird's eye. Nice. Man, it's hard to know what to look at first. There's so much stuff here. Looks clean, looks pretty good, most of it too. That's some headboard. It's taller than me and I'm almost 6 feet tall. Lots of good glass. Vintage coffee, antique coffee grinder. See if those drawers are dovetailing up. Guts are there. It's dovetail, all right. Nice cruet set. Engraved ruby glass. Nice. Try to get that. That's going to bring a fortune. It's a really interesting oil lamp. So's that one. Not a super big oil lamp purchaser, but when they're really good. Whoa, look at this stuff. Yeah, this is the stuff I saw on the listing. That's a lot of it in one spot. That green lamp in the back is Fenton. I've had one of those before. Look at that divider. That's really cool. Modern cord. Reproduction. Gorgeous though. Reproduction. Yeah, I like that lamp. That's a beauty. I know what that is. Oh, it's got all this stuff in it too. How cool is that? Really neat.
It's somewhere. They nailed him.
He's not
That's
getting
one
away.
way to hold his head together.
That's a pretty old carved decoy there.
And the wings.
You'd be surprised how well those berets sell. Anything military clothing. I have such good luck with it. God, look at that old chair. Adjustable back. Kids weren't usually made to be that comfortable back in the day.
This one also needs to add them.
Hand grenade.
Look at that grenade next time I want to get out of work. Stop.
It's empty.
At the end of the sale,
I
we're
know.
gonna drop
That
all
is
sorts of.
an amazing gingerbread house collection. Wow.
Oh, I'm sure you find it trouble.
Wow. I have never seen that many gingerbread houses.
Hey, Donnie, you need to keep on.
That's a porthole from a ship. It's brass and glass. It's just setting on top of that keg.
I might text Zach, see you.
Buttered churn, spinning wheel. Man, I don't know where to turn my head next. It's just like everything is. There's just so much of it. All good antiques. I might buy that. Those have come back into their own. The last couple I've had, I've really good luck selling them and got really good money for them. Who knows? I might buy that if it goes for the right price. That's a nice piece too. What is really pretty on it? Oh, look at the legs with the horseman on it. That's pretty crazy. Not terribly old, but still cool. Got a nice 1940s lane chest there. Waterfall front.
Yeah, well, go ahead and bring Clayton.
Wow. 1800s pump organ. Undeniably cool, but man, to try to move that, you need a small army. Two-man saw, no handles. I have a pair of handles here I'm looking for a saw for, so I'll have to watch out for that one. Oh man, there's just so much here.
Yeah, so Bruce called me the other day. Was it just a
Nice box of trays.
They did a lot of cheapy things. So I'm changing a lot of stuff already.
Cuckoo clock. Wow, that's really a lot of glass. This house isn't that big. It's crazy they got all this stuff in that house. Must have been just like pathways to walk through there. Oh, are those railroad? I need to put my glasses on.
Only one door works.
I'd like to have those.
Yeah, they got it in this side. So if we bring it to the wall. It's like you can't just
So I get kind of excited when I see two of them in a box together, but I know what they're going to do. They'll just hold them both up and they'll just say choice, so you got to buy them one at a time. They're not fantastic, but they're okay. They're good enough. They're decent pieces. Good bread and butter stuff to sell. Not going to get rich off it, but it keeps the cash register ringing.
Just was, piddly stuff like that. They had those, they were just plastic things. There's something on top.
Really stuck on there.
It's a real churn. It's not a decoration, or that wouldn't be stuck on there so tight. The decorations don't seal at all.
Yeah. And, so I said, keep them, I don't want them.
Nice tone.
Well, they brought them anyways, and now I'm supposed to get them. So they're gonna keep, they charged me for it.
Snap my head around here trying to see all this out. Sorry, you guys. It's probably like trying to watch on your device. It's like watching from a boat.
Especially, I mean, those French
That's old.
fries so small. So like, you bring
It's another one, I said, don't bring me another one.
1925. It said.
well, yeah.
It's fun to look at. I'm not going to buy it. So this all came out of the granary. Ooh, I like those bags. What I like about them is they're good and filthy because they came out of the granary, but everything inside looks good. So I'll have to poke around inside those cases and see what's up. Oh, those things are pricey. Great big auger bits. Man, there's everything here. I buy and sell saddles occasionally.
Cabinets out here. I was just gonna say, let's move this stuff and set them right in front.
Well, one's in pieces, so.
Okay.
Man, look how good their corn looks. It's over my head. It's only a week after 4th of July. Knee high by 4th of July, they say. This place is cool. Really some miscellaneous stuff in here. I'll bet there's a prize or two, though. It's supposed to be 90s today. I hope some of these people can't take the heat and go home. The grounds and the outbuildings, everything just looks so nice. Really good shape.
Then he also had field on the other side. Somebody, that's his mom.
There's a lot of cool stuff here. Big old platform scale. All those old milk cans.
Okay.
Weird homemade bench.
Oh, yeah, John owns 11 acres. Oh, took some of that, John owns his low by that trick there.
Yeah, you guys was cutting wood down there and all that.
Whole other trailer to go through here.
But anyway, we'll find out what's gonna happen. I just couldn't believe it was tossed.
I love that sink.
Yeah. I mean, I was never in the house. I don't know. It was bad shape or good shape or whatever.
Well, it needs work. I mean, he started fixing it, you know. He started. It needs work inside. That's an old one. If you put all that siding on there, you could put it somewhere. Put all the siding on
I used to sell these kind of work boxes all the time, and then just all of a sudden one day there's nobody bought them anymore. I would have loved to got that a few years ago.
Start them, they all start, everything started last night.
I don't like that copper scalding pot.
Over here, so.
Those are always popular. No lid, huh?
All of it's alongside the farm and all of this, that's the one we do. All of it, all of it, started in Zinnia.
There's that ice cream sign.
When we're done here,
I think from the picture I saw it's incomplete. It is. It's real though. That's going to bring a small fortune. I would love to have it. Even incomplete, I'd love to have it. This boat. Whoa. What? It's got to be 5 feet long. That's crazy. Thing's a beast. Old-time ice skates. Wow, that's like a 1940s Evinrude. Looks complete. Got steel wheels off a manure spreader. I love big old farm wheels. Not sure what those are off of. Wow, it's really pretty. That old corn crib. Wood. That's ancient. That's pretty cool. Nice little hammer. I like that. Northern Pike fish mount. It's a really cute old desk and chair too.
He's always watching us, Mike.
I know. Okay. Yep. Thank you very much. Be a little safer.
Amazing. Really nice. Back to the lamps.
The one sad thing about it, this is like
Those are for carding wool.
Now 999. What do you got? 9. It's the money bit. Now 999. Yes, hello.
Cares
999. It's the money bit. Now 99. What do you go 9? 999. What do you go 9? It's the money bit. Now 900. Where? 900. 900. 900. What do you get? 900. 900. What do you go? $100.
Wow.
$100.
Made it back. This is the next day. I was so shot out by the time we got back. Got home, it was pouring rain. It was just a horrible storm. I love this sale. This sale, I never used that company before, but they're an auction company. Turns out this is the auction company's father's place, and he had passed away a couple of years ago. And they just never got around to, getting the house prepped for sale and all that stuff. So there were some killer finds in here. You're gonna see them in a minute. Let me just I'm gonna go through this as fast as I can. There's some things here that are not antiques. Somebody in the family did lineman-like work. And I do this sometimes, if you ever go on my online store on eBay, I buy things that aren't always vintage or antiques. Not super often, but things like this that you see online that bring really pretty tall money. When you see go for $1, dude, at the end of the day, I'm in the business to make money. You gotta make money. So I got a great big box of these, and I also got 32 of these giant auger bits of all different lengths, but all the same diameter. They're sharp, they're good, they're perfect, in perfect shape. I think I paid $15 for a great big bucket full of them. And there was also non-auger, really long wood bits in there too. So when I see stuff like that, it's simple for me to make money on it. I got to take that too. But that's not really where my passion lies. But you're standing there, you already spent the gas, you got room in the truck, buy it, sell it, you're gonna make money on it. So there were barns there. That's why a lot of this stuff is really filthy. They were all in the barns. I don't think there's such a thing as a clean barn. That's where all the critters live. But this isn't just an old pulley. This is a wood pulley. This is even made out of wood. That's how early these are. Let me get a close up. You see that? It's all made out of wood. The whole entire thing. It's got a metal shaft here and the metal hanger on it. That's really, really early. And they sell great. This is from a local, this nationally probably wouldn't mean much, and it's dated here in 1954. But there is a local place in our little tiny town called the Wood Croftery. And they made all kinds of wooden bowls and wooden plates back in the day, very Danish styled, you know. And it was in a box of other stuff, and I kind of wanted the box anyway. I saw this, and I go, you know what? I got a great big pile of these in here. You know, I just went and grabbed this pile out of the antique store. These are all from that company. And her and her husband, super talented. They're beautiful. Very Danish, right? Look at that. So now that I know what they are, when I see them, I grab them. And they've got actually quite a following online. So this will go right along with them, and it's really cool. We don't have a lot of claims to fame in a little town of 7,800 people, so when I see something like that that kind of went national, 50, 60 years ago, I got to give them props. This is actually copper, and it's pressed and etched and pretty old, and these are insanely good sellers. This, you won't see a lot of these. Still in the original box. Vapocresylene. And this is like a Victorian era vaporizer. Still got the goo in the bottle. You can believe it. Isn't that amazing? So what it essentially has is a burner, right? And this is just a wick for this. And you pour this in there and you lit it. Let me give you a close up of that. Isn't that cool? I found it amazing that it could survive all these years, especially with the original box. Crazy cool. Displayed in here with all this, of course. I'm just looking at the box and I didn't notice that before. It says $1.75 on the box. Inflation's gotten out of control. I think everybody would agree. And of course, last but not least, I know you hear me say all the time, I don't buy a lot of beer memorabilia stuff, really. But they just couldn't get bids on this. They're trying to open it up at a couple $100. It's not cracked or broken or anything that I can see. So I opened and closed it at $50. I can't get hurt on it, that's for sure. Do you have one? Most people don't. I didn't really want to bring it because this thing is filthy, but again, this is on the same order as that other lineman kind of stuff. There were all these electrical boxes, these testing units. And I have no notion of whether they work or not. But for $10 a pop with all the other stuff that's in these great big bags, I'm in. I know somebody will pay me more than that for it. And there were 4 bags like this, equally stocked. So you just do it. Check out this copper scalding pot. Pretty cool. Bottom's still in it. Can't really read the maker's mark, but the burner was right there. You can see where it got hot. But is anybody awake here? This is an old store display. Comes open and put your items in there. Needs a little bit of a cleanup, but you know, I'm all about that. So they were trying to clear off the trailer, and this was sitting in a trailer. And on the bottom, there's a girl up on top of the trailer, and she's trying to push stuff in a row so the auctioneer can get to it. So she threw that in a box, and with the timing, the second it hit the box, I had my hand in the air and I bought it. It was $5 or $4 for a street sign that's crazy cheap. But then when I got the box and I flipped it over, I'm like, oh my God, it's 2 signs screwed together. I'll probably get $50 for one of these. That's always nice. I went a little crazy on this stuff. Reason being, I just don't see it hardly ever. And this guy had a good collection of these, and you saw in the beginning these amazing old gun with the wind lamps. They were all in the house. They were all in working order. They do need some reattaching of some things. Anyway, that goes there. Really cool. I don't see this kind of stuff much anymore. Was a time I did, but and I probably paid slightly more than that than I did for my car, but whatever. If this isn't the oldest one, it's got to be in 100% competition for the oldest one. I mean, the all oil lamps, the non-electrified ones, they probably win the age thing, but of the electrified ones. I can't believe these ancient cords are in as good a shape as they are. So this one does have a few issues. This whole thing has that's all pieces of glass. There's not a lot of glass left here. The rest of it is inside the ferrule that fits on here. And if you've got it lined up to where the brakes line up in there, it goes down pretty well. I know how to fix this, so I've done it before. Well, anyway, I'm not going to take my hand off of it while I put the shade on. Anyway, those tighten up against it. I'll get these all solidified. Did I not put the, I can't, that's why it's on there. Why it broke off of there. It's on there really super tight on this part. Anyway, you tighten these up to hold the globe secure, but this is the This is the weak link. So I'll get that fixed. I use after I get it cleaned up and get this cleaned up, you just very carefully with a Q-tip, get that cleaned off with alcohol. And then I use a 2-part epoxy like Loctite brand. It sets up pretty quick and it really holds it on there nicely. Pretty gorgeous, right? Pretty cool. So it's a good idea to buy a box of old Afghans or blankets or something when you're at one of these sales. Yeah, I have all kinds of different chimneys with all the different stuff I got, so it's hard to know. That's really a special lamp. How cool is that? You see that all right? I question on some of these if they were always electric. I wonder if somebody converted them. That's why some of this stuff doesn't fit, but I can get all this ironed out. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind. I've attacked enough of these over the years to know. You know, I don't know how to hold this because I don't even really remember what's in this. It was gonna storm, it was getting black outside, the sky was just getting black, so I was in such a rush to try to get these packed away. Getting stuff moved without breaking it is the hardest part of all of this, especially when things are 150 years old. We're going mobile. So another thing I got was an authentic old-time sewing machine or spinning machine. And it looks to be all there. All this stuff seems to work. Yeah, man. It's all there. Pretty cool. Don't see a lot of those anymore. I like everything is pegged. That's what they did before they had fasteners. Wooden dowels, glue, force fits, that sort of thing. Next, check out these floor lamps. Art Deco says, I want my floor lamps back. I measured them, they're 6 feet tall. Look at the detail work. Isn't that amazing? There's cast iron bases. Obviously the plastic is just for transport. I didn't want to lose the shades on the way. So I was really stoked to get those. And I got so much stuff in the way. I got this really great antique rocker. Just as clean as a whistle. It's like it was made yesterday. Really stoked to get that. My next larger purchase was this really, really heavy duty parlor table. Check out these legs. Check out the feet. Right? That's the size of those. Amazing. And the legs are turned, twisted. and how thick that maple is. It's got some finish issues, and sadly this ended up being the only piece that got wet yesterday. It got really wet. I got home, I dried it, I put a fan on it, but you can see pieces of the finish. Couldn't take it. But it's really just in the top where it got hit. I don't think on the legs it's really super bad. Not really super bad. I will likely fix it because that just doesn't strike me as a piece that should have patina. That's just my 2 cents. But since it's mine, I can do whatever I want. It's good size too. I mean, look at it compared to my hand. It's a pretty good size. Next, amazing thing I got. Check out these 1920s ice cream parlor chairs. The patina is pretty heavy on them, but I don't think I want to do anything but wipe them off. Look at the bottoms of them. Isn't that wild? So what they would do is they would heat this stuff up, get it red hot, and then they would twist it. Look how wore out the metal is there from 100 years of use. Crazy cool, man. Crazy cool. I'm so stoked to own those. You probably why I'm showing you this filthy blanket. Well, it is really filthy, but it is just super well made. And I'll get it outside with the leaf blower and a carpet beater, and I'll beat it into some kind of state of clean. But it goes with the saddle I got. Look at this bad boy. Even if you're not into horses, and I'm really not, I love them, but it's too much bother for me to own one. Gorgeous. Missing one of the conchos there. But even look at that. Isn't that awesome? But even look at the stirrups. Stirrups are even amazingly detailed. Look at that. Makes me just want to go ride a horse. Suede. Really cool. I've got such a mess going in here. That's what happens when I unload the truck in the rain. Everything goes at the door. And in this bag here looks to be another blanket. I don't know. It doesn't even look used. I don't think it is. It looks brand new. It's completely, yeah, that's definitely brand new. I don't think it's been used. If it was used, it sure wasn't used much. So yeah, along with this, I got a bunch of horse tack. They even threw in the saddle stand, which was great. And then I got this one, which doesn't show well because this was underneath a bunch of stuff, but it's in killer shape. It's a Fabtron. These things online, they bring, God, a cheap one's $350 and good one's $1,000. A lot of them in the $500-600 range, and both of them, the trees are rock solid. It's in good shape. There's nothing wrong with it. Just needs to get cleaned up. It's a good brand. All the cinch straps, looks like everything is there for it. Anyway, another good buy. Cool. And then I got a big bucket full of tack to go with it, bridles and reins and all kinds of stuff. So that was a really good purchase. Wow, that was a really good haul. That's a lot for one afternoon, I think. A lot of really good quality stuff, a lot of good stuff that I can make money on, and be proud to be able to sell this stuff. I love selling stuff that's really good quality. There's nothing more fulfilling than that. So, as usual, thanks a lot for you guys tagging along on this one. I hope you like this little adventure. And man, I got stuff stacked up. I got some stuff coming up too that I'm really looking forward to. So thanks again. See you in the next video. Take care.